Have you ever thought of a potential situation where your primary sidearm becomes unavailable? To be honest with you, I don't. But just like what others said, we can't be too certain of what's ahead of us. I mean, you will never really know when an emergency strikes, and once it does, you better pray that you are well equipped to come out alive. So if your main gun fails, it's crucial that you have a contingency plan with you. That's where these backup guns come in. Hello everyone. This is Jack from Line 45, and in this video I made a compilation of some of the most trusted and reliable backup guns for your EDC weapons. Before we get underway, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I know it is a chore, but these simple clicks help my channel immensely. Now let's return to the video. Mossberg MC1SC. Let's start this list with a relatively new gun in the subcompact segment. Many people know Mossberg for their shotguns, notably the Mossberg 500 lineup. I absolutely adore these firearms. However, I also don't downplay the quality of other non-shotgun provisions of Mossberg. The MC1SC, for instance, was one of the first guns that came to mind when I made this video. If you are curious, this isn't the first handgun that Mossberg made, but it is the first one after a considerable period. It is a 6-round capacity pistol when fitted with a flush-fit magazine. It is an excellent choice for a backup gun, considering its lightweight construction of 19 ounces when empty. With an overall length of 6.25 inches and a barrel length of 3.4 inches, you can keep this gun concealed at all times. The standard version of the MC1SC is equipped with white 3-dot sights, but you have the option to replace that with better TrueGlow tritium sights. I am not a fan of its factory sights, so I highly recommend that you swap it for a better firing performance. I don't know if aesthetics matters to you when choosing a gun, but if it does, then the MC1SC might charm you. But of course, we are all here for how it fires, and I am confident that it doesn't suck. It has good reliability. This pistol fires almost all 9mm I fed on it. Moreover, its flat-face trigger has an integrated blade safety, which is a gift that I didn't think I needed. The trigger itself offers a crisp break and ensures a smooth take-up. Its resets are short and ideal for quick fires. Had it not been for its limited capacity, this gun would rank higher on this list. Needless to say, its accuracy is on point. Finally, this gun doesn't snag. All of its edges are rounded. Even its 3-dot sights are designed to keep them from biting your garment. Remington or 380 Executive. Backup guns don't have to be too powerful and explosive. Their primary role is to ensure that you can keep on defending yourself and fending your attacker. Hence, chamberings like the 380 ACP shouldn't be shunned in your selection. Here I recommend the Remington RN380 Executive. Needless to say, this one has a lackluster firepower, but since you aren't going to use this as your EDC, this inadequacy shouldn't be a problem. And for a backup gun, the RM380 is definitely impeccable. This is a double-action only pocket pistol that uses a hammer-fired mechanism. It has an internal hammer too, so you can rest assured that it doesn't snag your clothes. The RM380 has a standard capacity of 6 rounds. Admittedly, it isn't that many, so expect frequent reloads. With a width of 0.95 inches and a barrel length of 2.75 inches, this gun is as small as it gets. It's not difficult to carry, even if you don't use holsters for it. In fact, you can ankily carry it if that's your preference. Plus, it is a lightweight pistol, so even if you carry it all day, you would barely notice its weight. Furthermore, the RM380 doesn't generate as much recoil as you might think. While it is true that this is a featherlight pistol, it still has a manageable recoil, thanks to its small caliber chambering. Meanwhile, its trigger is a bit divisive. Of course, it's a good trigger, but it has a notable long pull. In most cases, this is a nuisance that I call out right from the get-go. But for R380, I'll make an exception. Because of its long and heavy pull, it will be close to impossible for accidental pulls to happen. And for a gun that you are likely to insert in your belly or pocket, such a safety net is necessary. Ruger LCP-2. Would I even miss the Ruger LCP on this list? Similar to the RM380, the Ruger LCP-2 is chambered in 380 ACP, So when it comes to actual firepower, this isn't the most impressive subcompact out there. But I have to remind you that this will serve as backup for your primary EDC, and for that particular purpose, the LCP2 shines. Compared to its predecessor, there are a lot of stunning improvements in the LCP2. From its overall appearance to its ergonomics down to its overall accuracy, the LCP2 is definitely better. This polymer pistol features a 6-round capacity, which is a common theme among subcompact pistols. If you are wondering why it's a great match for your EDC, just take a look at its size. This gun is a solid low-profile firearm. I mean, it just has a width of 0.75 inches. It is slimmer than the majority of subcompacts in the market. It's also a lightweight, single-stack pistol, which is another criterion for picking a backup gun. You don't need a heavyweight option for a gun. That is going to aid your EDC. By the way, the LCP-I doesn't possess an external thumb safety. What a replaceed is the actual mechanism of its sear. This one needed to be engaged properly, and along with its spring tension and hammer catch, this gun is never really prone to accidental discharges. It has a notably smooth racking, while its grip has texturing that allows a tighter hold of the pistol. And though it has a muzzle rise, it is something you can control with a little bit of practice. Overall, the Ruger LCP2 is an excellent backup for your EDC. It works for deep concealment and offers a reliability that's surprising for its price. Glock 26 or Glock 27. There are great belly guns out there, but Glock's very own Glock 26 and 27 are some of the best. Of course, you may think of other options such as those snub-nose revolvers and mouse pistols. Well, they can work, but most of them are difficult to shoot. Not to mention they aren't that easy to operate. It's a good thing that the Glock 26 and 27 are present. These are the guns that fit the bill if you need high-quality backup guns for your daily adventures. The Glock 26 is chambered in 9mm, while the Glock 27 is fitted to fire 40 S&W ammo. So, regardless of your preferences, there's something for you. Needless to say, these are high-capacity pistols. They are equipped with double-stack mags so that they can unleash more rounds. Well, I do have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. These guns are burlier than their counterparts. They weigh roughly 22 ounces when empty, and both of them are about 1.25 inches wide. Though they don't cross the border between your standard EDC and backup gun, they might cause discomfort for prolonged periods. If we disregard those gripes, I can say that the Glock 26 and Glock 27 are among the perfect guns to back you up. These are Glock pistols after all. They are reliable, easy to shoot, and offer accuracy within their ideal range. Glock 43. Let us say that the Glock 26 or 27 didn't appeal to you. If that's the case, then I highly recommend you check out the Glock 43. Among all the subcompact 9mm pistols I ever tried, this one is arguably the most accurate. It's also an excellent backup gun, given its size and weight. For starters, this one only weighs 18 ounces when empty, which is significantly lighter than Glock 26 and Glock 27. It's also a slim gun, as its width barely scales over an inch. Its barrel length is about 3.41 inches, so despite its small frame, it can still offer a good sight radius. The only downside that it has with its cousins is its capacity. You see, the Glock 43 is only a 6-round, 9mm pistol when fitted with its standard flush-fit mags. Compared with the 9-round capacity of Glock 27 and the 10-round capacity of Glock 26, you can already see which has the advantage during long combats. Still, keep in mind that you're going to use the Glock 43 as a backup gun, not your primary sidearm. So, this particular downside is something that you can overlook. And since this is a Glock gun, you can expect that it has stellar reliability. I am not bluffing when I say that it can shoot, even if it's dirty. Of course, we also have to acknowledge the extensive aftermarket that Glock has. If you want to upgrade your Glock 43, then be my guest. Finally, its base price appeals to the value market. For a price of less than $500, the capabilities and features of the Glock 43 will never disappoint you. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more gun videos like this, just click the subscribe button and notification bell. Take care and stay safe.